Here's a video about tax revenue, and I got the idea from the revenue spending charts that are in the support chapter of Elements of Argument. It's page 195 in the 12th edition if you want to check that out. Some of you may have done an activity with me with those charts in class, but it gave me the idea that I think we can find clearer charts than that. And then I thought to also show how the charts can be a little misleading. And then I thought we can put it in the context not just of where does the tax revenue come from, but question people love to ask is, do the rich pay their fair share? So let's look at some charts. This first one is a pie chart. Pie charts are useful when you are showing percentages of a whole, because the whole is the circle. 100%, larger slice of the pie, larger percentage. And you can see where the taxes come from. You can see most of it comes from individual income taxes. And it also comes from payroll taxes. Actually, in the book, they're labeled slightly differently. It's, what do they call it? In the book, they call it social insurance taxes. It counts as a different sort of tax. Payroll or social insurance, because that's what specifically funds Social Security and Medicare. The other taxes, the income taxes, could fund anything. It goes into the general government fund. So that's where the total government revenue comes from. But who pays it? And let's look at the next chart here, which is a pyramid shape. And this sure makes it look like rich people, the top 1 or 5 or percent or so of earners, pay an overwhelming amount of the total taxes here. And we're looking at this, and in fact, people like you and me were probably up here at the little point of the pyramid paying a very small amount, but yet we all get benefits from this. So sometimes this is worth keeping in mind. Like, you look around and you've got street lights and you've got roads and you've got a government and a military that protects you and all sorts of things and services, and to realize that actually rich people pay for a lot more of this than we may realize. So that's what I like about this chart here. I also like that it is shaped as a pyramid. It could have been a pie chart, but as a pyramid, it gives you the impression that the rich people are the tax base. Is it a little biased? I'm going to say actually it is a little biased here, because what it says here at the top, it says federal taxes. Actually, this is the federal income taxes. This does not include the payroll taxes. So while I like that we're doing this to show that maybe we ought to appreciate what rich people are doing for us, I do want to be accurate that this is the income taxes and it does not include payroll. So it's a little biased in that way. Speaking of payroll taxes, let's go to the next chart, and this one is biased in the other direction. This one is going to make it look like the rich are not paying their fair share. We should specify, though, what are payroll taxes, how do they work. This is what gets deducted from your paychecks, and it is earmarked to those who pay it. So if you pay $100 a week in taxes, that is totaled up and the government knows that. That's what you've paid, and this is all added up over the years. Then when you're a senior and you collect Social Security and Medicare, it's based on what you paid earlier in your life. So this all comes back to you. They come back to us as individuals. Why does it look like it's smaller here, like rich people are paying less? This is because the payroll taxes are capped. There's a cap on how much. There's also a cap on benefits. So yes, the more money you earn, well, if there's a cap, then it's going to look like you're paying a smaller percentage. I guess you are. But this is only what you're going to get back. So a little biased here, because this is all not money that we're sharing. This is money that each of us pays individually, and it comes back to us individually. Let's look at another chart. This is the last one, and this is attempting to be balanced, and it's attempting to say, hey, it's actually the real truth is a little of both. And I like how they did this with the two colors, the orange bars shows the payroll taxes, and then here the blue bars is income taxes. I think I'm going to wind up the video in a minute. You can appreciate things around you. You can appreciate that rich people really are the tax base. With that said, I'm going to make one last comment, not really a part of the charts, but there are now billionaires, mostly tech mavens, who have more money than it's humanly possible to spend. And I think once you've reached that stage, then it is still, I don't feel too guilty about taxing them even further. And so, but I don't want to have any illusions. I know that we could change the tax system. We could tax the rich even more, but I think it's important to appreciate that we already have a good system where the rich already pay a huge amount already today.